Hello. So at the Culver Studios today, just checking in. Gonna do a quick vid rundown on something that's interesting. Anyways, it's called an IPPO. So this is how hopefully we intend to grow, starting from scratch, which is an initial pre-sale public offering, or actually reverse the P's, public pre-sale offering in this made-up name that was made up recently. So anyways, this is what it all comes down to, is leveraging entertainment and then causes on the back end and then some free distribution on the front end of distributing media, stories, entertainment in the form of businesses, basically, meaning like using that platform as a a sort of a projection forward, like a trailer, if you will, to kind of like of this process that's laid out with a cause at the back end, and at the front end is entertainment. You're actually using entertainment to segue through something, in this instance, such as Amazon, to distribute the product or the content and exchange, because of the context of it being entertainment. It is like there's a space, in essence, where on the platform of Amazon there's distribution that is more or less, getting the word out there. So that is kind of what's unique, and that actually is kind of the secret sauce in this video, and the main value, realistically, just to get to the point. I'll never try and hold back value if I can help it, to the extent that the lack of entertainment, perhaps, and the demand thereof, refers on this distribution, which is, seems rare in that realm, to the extent to where if you really scale out the brand and you offer enough value and extensions, and I'm not even sure if you can get a link in your ebook yet on Amazon, but if you could, that would be helpful and lovely for continuous content to grow from this, and stories to be sort of the center point and spawn to where you can conceptually make $50 million a day. Meaning that, in essence, if you scaled it out, like Amazon has Amazon Web Services, so AWS. So if you AWS'd it, you scaled out your businesses that you started as Amazon eBooks, for example, or digital books on the platform, that in essence you're segueing the distribution, and then if you have a scalable process in place, like whatever the business or industry is, that you are able to just build that out. Ideally 50 million a day. Could be a lot less, could be more ultimately. So that's, just sort of a fun or interesting number to conceptualize based on just business as a whole in a typical regard. And if you leverage that platform and use the opportunity to conceptually present a business model opposed in the form of entertainment, so to speak, it's edutainment. So you're leveraging both ends and the free distribution to a degree in the beginning, and if you can add links, and I'm not sure if you can, to the ebooks, it would be peculiar and interesting to try to segue different aspects of attention throughout the journey and process of reading, if you will, through an ebook, which conceptually has a price on the front end of that, to just acquire that and understand what you as a company, as a brand, as a person, as an entity, as a center point resource that people are looking to develop new products, whatever it is. In this instance, for me, Dink Creative, my company, to be able to continuously leverage content and then develop this type of entertainment type of business on this type of platform, or using this type of distribution that is free in the meantime, for right this moment at least, to get certain messages out there, and then tie that into entertainment as a super necessary foundation. That conceptually is what we're going to go off of going forward, and try to build my own brand, Dink Creative, and then the Change for Games Bank on the back end of that, to, in essence, be the Change for Games Bank is ultimately a data bank, and is opposed to a financial bank, but it can translate into financial bank terms if there's enough energy in a certain entity that a certain profile or person or what have you develops through their experience, and then we can hopefully tie it into the front end of Dink Creative eventually in building the brand that we're trying to, in using this methodology, so to speak, and distribution to help scale out. Hopefully a lot of fun. Realistically, it's supposed to try to gamify the business process. That's what my goal as Dink, as a character, as a mascot, and a music person, that likes to relate and relay heavily to music because it has an innate aspect to it that allows for unique elements to the experience, and things can change and things of that sort, and that mindset is somewhat translating from, like, I'm trying to make music and music videos and eclectic content that hopefully is entertaining and good quality, which is why you see the studio in the background to start this video, that it is somewhat of a segue in the future to be able to leverage good quality entertainment, and then the concept of distribution to be able to connect to different markets in the globe, ultimately, and different regions and things, and then just have ways of branching out and scaling using really using distribution and trying to make influence and impact through brand integration and affiliation globally, ultimately, and that's all. With that in mind, continuous value is the hope, like Bleeding Heart style, like just digging up and trying to extend the value through this medium of chatting and videos and such, and brand building on my own accounts, and at the same time attempting to connect and collaborate wildly, even including to and through this video. You're welcome to comment or engage in any way on the bottom, or basically send hopefully good vibes and messages to help me grow my own process and energy, so that, like, it just is a matter of sharing and spreading continuously, and the products as well as the value in terms of information is what I hope to bring genuine value forward through, as well as continuous gamification, continuous playing, continuous games, continuous emphasis of games, and trying to emulate that through the mascot character music personality, which I'm sort of trying to emulate, and that's sort of trying to come on strong and come on quick, but trying to start with these IPPOs, and like, this is a fake fantasy world, game world land, like the Change for Games Bank. That's what it's all about. So ultimately, like, when we're talking about an IPPO, it's like a lot of the times you can just take something that does exist and then change it for something that's better in this world, because that's like the name of the game, and it's sort of gamificatiousness, and that's all. Anyway, thanks again for stopping by. Hope to just reflect and then have this methodology translate, so that you can get some value and do some IPPOs of your own, if I can lay out the template real soon in the future, so that others can follow in my footsteps if there is traction ultimately through the template that I create as far as a story development process. Thanks again. Dink Creative, Dink Music, or the Change for Games Bank. Peace.